Hey guys, Gady Ailments here. I want to take a few minutes today to reflect on a question that I think many families aren't quite sure how to respond to. And that's the question, how healthy are my finances? I mean, let's be honest. Has anyone ever asked you that question? Has anyone ever recommended that you should even ask yourself that question from time to time? So, let's define the word healthy. One way to define the term healthy is having a sound mind or being sound with your body, being free from disease, being free from any type of ailment that might plague you. So, if we were to use that definition, we could describe healthy finances by saying that healthy finances is when our financial situation is sound, good enough condition that when life happens, and life will happen, our finances won't be fatally wounded by financial diseases or ailments like emergencies, leaving us or our families injured and unable to recoup. So, now I don't want to be all doom and gloom because I serve a God of hope. Yet the reality is, when it comes to the average American's personal finances, if life happens, they ain't gonna feel a lot of hope in that moment because their financial situation is pretty rough. They may not even realize it. It's like cancer that just it destroys from the inside out, and you never even realize it sometimes until it's too late. The Bible says to prepare ourselves, that we need to be prepared and we need to be able to take care of our families. And we're given a lot of responsibility there. So let me paint a picture of you for what the average American family looks like when it comes to the health of their finances. 7 out of 10 Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. If they miss one unpaid week of work, they're in a mess. 7 out of 10. Now, the average student loan debt last year by graduating college students it wasn't that bad. It was only $35,000 per college graduate. I hope that they can get a job quick and start paying that off. And imagine what happens if they get married right out of college. 35 plus 35, 70. The average college couple that gets married, they might be graduating with on average about $70,000 in debt when they say I do. The number one cause of divorce in North America today revolves around money fights. So it's safe to assume there that the financial situation at home isn't that much healthy. And in most homes these days even. The average American would struggle to make ends meet if they had a financial emergency over $500. Guys, for most people that's a car deductible, maybe a little extra. Few Americans have $500 to $1,000 in a savings account for a rainy day. Let's not even consider what would happen if they got laid off of work and couldn't find a job for a month or two. $500 or less isn't going to stretch that far. Guys, the state of the average family's finances isn't healthy. These are average numbers. You can look them up all the time. It's not healthy. Shoot, from the stats I gave above, the average family is only one hiccup away from being in the financial emergency room. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking, and this may be you. You might be thinking, Gady, come on. We don't live paycheck to paycheck. Shoot, we're actually doing pretty well. We don't have college debt. We don't really fight about money that often or at all really. We get what we want when we want it. Listen, yeah, if a multi-hundred-dollar, few $100 emergency came up, we could cover it. It might mean that we have to give something else up that month, but we're pretty healthy. We're not living paycheck to paycheck. The ends are being met. We got a little surplus every month. We're fine, right? If that's you, you're doing better than many of your neighbors, most of your neighbors. Let me ask a few follow-up questions, though, just to maybe get you thinking about some other stuff, okay? Because this has to do with the health of your finances and whether or not your finances are in a very healthy situation. So let's ask this question. What happens if Murphy's Law comes full force tomorrow and your house catches fire, the car gets wrecked, and little Johnny has an ER visit? That's a lot of deductibles. That could be upwards of $1,500 to $2,000 worth of deductibles that you got to pay up front. You got the cash to cover it? Or is that going on a credit card? Do you have it? Or, how's that emergency going to get covered? Let's ask another question. Could your spouse or family survive if you drop dead tomorrow? Guys that are married, women that are married, and you got kids especially, think about this. Do you have enough life insurance for the surviving spouse and the kids to be okay for a while? Do they even know where the policy information is, or will they have to search for it while they're grieving your loss? The last thing me as a man and as a husband and as a father I want to do is I want to force my wife to be in a situation where if I have to die, she's got to rely and depend on other people to take care of her, or maybe even force her into a situation where she's going to have to really consider a remarriage sooner than later, or else my family's not going to be okay. That's not okay. um, Another question: if something happened to you today, does your spouse or family know what kind of bills you have? When those bills are due? Bank accounts. How many do you have? Do you have any? Are they overdrawn? Is there money in them? Is there any retirement accounts? Is the retirement okay, or is there a retirement account? Where's the car title? Where's the deed to the house? Where's the deed to the land, the boat, or whatever? Do they know where to find this stuff? If you die today, do they know where it is? Can they find it? If you're truly wealthy and you have assets, does your family know what to do with them in the event of your death? You're that person that you got millions of bucks. Your retirement account's rolling. You got 5, 6 cars, which, I don't know many people that have 5 or 6 cars. Let's say you got 2 or 3 of them. You got a nice house, maybe another house. You got a bunch of stuff. What happens to those things when you die? Let's say you got kids living in the house. Who gets the kids? Who gets the cars? Who gets the house? Bank accounts. Where's the money going? Is there a plan for that? Is it on paper? And I don't want to just be doom and gloom here, so let's, ask another question for you. Is your retirement account looking more dreadful, or is it looking more exciting? You could be winning right now and doing a lot of stuff and have a lot of fun, but are your behaviors and habits now leading to a crippled retirement where you're going to have to you're going to really just say, I'm going to survive. I'm going to try to survive in retirement. That's what we got to do. We got to survive. What if you could do something now to change the mindset and go, you know what, I'm going to thrive in retirement. No more surviving. We're thriving at this point. Is that you? Or is it not? Guys, I love my wife and I love my family. And I want what's best for them. I go to the doctor every now and then. I go for a checkup. I get blood drawn to make sure everything's okay, to catch anything if it's out of hand. Don't we all evaluate our health from time to time to make sure we are in indeed a good situation? That's why I look at my finances in the big picture on a regular basis. I ask questions like, is my current insurance coverage for my home, auto, life insurance policies, health insurance, etc., is the coverage appropriate and sufficient for the needs that I and my family have? Or I ask my questions like, if I had a big event happen today, do I have the funds available to cover it? To cover an emergency and not have to go in debt in the middle of a financial crisis. The last thing I want to do is when I'm broke and I don't have any money, or if it's a tough time and life happens and Murphy's Law comes to fruition in my life, I got to go into debt by borrowing money on a credit card or borrowing money from the bank to cover an emergency that I don't even have the cash to pay for now. I also love my family enough to ask myself, does my wife know where all the account information forms are? Do we both know where the insurance policies are? Do we both know where all the monthly budgets are? So if tragedy strikes, she or the rest of our family, they're not going to have to grieve my loss on top of the stress of trying to figure out how to manage the finances without me. It's important for spouses to work together, to be informed. That's part of healthy finances. That you're both on the same page, you know what's going on, and you're both prepared so if the unexpected comes, the situation is not going to be fatal financially. My goal is not to scare anyone or to make you feel like you're woefully unprepared in your personal finances. My goal is to help you be prepared as a manager of the resources and of the family that God has given you. And if and when He brings about a rainy day or a rainy season for you and your family, you guys are going to be prepared to weather this storm and come out victorious on the other end. A good financial coach can provide a fresh, trained set of eyes to spot any red flags in regards to the, quote, health of your finances. Why not spend some time to seek one out and get them to help you evaluate maybe where you're at? Just, maybe there's something you could be doing better. They might catch a red flag that's going to be a disease 10 years down the road that you really would prefer to avoid. But remember this. Remember when you're looking for someone, a financial coach, someone to help you, seek out someone that can help you, that has the heart of a teacher, someone that's going to be looking out for your best interests, not a salesman trying to make some money off of you because they're trying to sell you a product, like an insurance product or an account product or something. Make sure that they have a heart of a teacher. They just want to see you be the best you can be. This little bit of work, it can cost a lot, and it might take a lot of energy out of you right now. but it indeed may save you a massive heartache and your family a severe headache and heartache tomorrow. So I just want to thank you, guys. God bless. I hope you have a great day. I hope you just spend some time thinking about this.